I think I spoke about this already, but the access to nutritious food, not just what's available food. I think the nutrition component is much harder to resolve through something like a pantry, because we also look for stuff that has shelf life, and we need to get more like fridges and refrigerators or freezers up there so that we can maintain other foods for a much longer period of time.
Yeah.
The housing piece I spoke a little bit about, especially I think we have space for 8 students at any time, but again, it's on the gender binary, which I think if we haven't already faced it, and I don't know for a fact whether or not we have, I'm sure we will face that in the future.
And so there's not availability for like families.
Oh, there's no space for families.
And is there hotel vouchers at this time?
There isn't right now. We're having some issues with our contracts department on the hotel vouchers. The hotel I guess we used to use shut down, and we're having an issue trying to find the right hotel, and there's some liability issues. So at this point, right now we don't have the ability to accommodate a family, but we're working on getting that resolved.
That's great.
Yeah, it's important.
Awesome.
It's hugely important.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you pretty much explained it. What's working, not working today?
I think what's working is that our program is well known on campus, and so students know about it. Students refer students, faculty refer students, staff refer students. Somewhere along the way, this program got branded really, really well, which I think is very important. I think what's working is that we're serving students and a high volume of students. Again, these are the types of things again that like change the course of a student's trajectory on their time here, and I think that's important. Yeah, I mean, I feel just really proud to be part of this program, because it's so obvious we're the leaders in this, and we constantly have schools we have such a high volume of schools that want to talk to us that we actually have to turn them down. Because we could have a full-time media person, honestly, just for this program. That's not a good use of resources, so we don't, but I mean, we get so many resources, so we prioritize, so we entertain all the requests from our sister campuses. Other campuses, we invite them to come join us at conferences and hear our presentations, because we just don't have the ability to talk to every campus. There's 4,000 schools in this country. Probably 1,000 want to talk to us.
Wow.
It's constant influx.
Wow. What's not working?
What's not working? Besides some of the barriers and challenges, beyond that, I haven't come across anything at this point where I would say definitively it's not working. Like, everything actually seems to be working really well. It works.
Yeah.
So if there's something not working, it's possible I just haven't been here long enough to come across that. But
okay.
Again, everyone's works together on it collaboratively, quickly. Everyone's kind of, we're all on the same page. Like, let's get these students the resources they need.
Right. And it seems like the challenges you guys have in terms of like the housing, there's a plan to say, hey, we got to work this out.
It's a conversation. Yeah. The conversations are happening all the time. What? Something that's not working is, and we've talked about this both on the emergency intervention side as well as the CARES team has talked about this, is what do we do with students that are leaving the university so if there's a student that's withdrawing from the university for a health reason, whether it's for a semester or permanently, what do you do if they need access to resources? And once a student is not currently enrolled, we have some university policy. We were actually just trying to get a hold of the language last week for our review, but the basics are students, if one is not currently enrolled, even if they're matriculated into a program, they're not technically supposed to be accessing services and resources on campus. And then when you look at the work that we do through like emergency intervention and cares, what is the right thing to do?
Right.
You don't tell somebody who's just had a serious mental health issue, you need to go take a break, enjoy, go take a break. By the way, you can't talk to anybody or access any of the resources on campus. It's just not the way things work, right? So we have to figure some of those logistics out.
Yeah.
The students that are transitioning out of the university, whether it's for a short period of time or permanently, what do we do?
Yeah. How can we help those students?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your perception of these students?
The students that are accessing the emergency intervention?
Yeah.
I think this of all our CSU students, but I think that these are students who are super hardworking, who have come across, just a hard time, and we're able to help them out. They're grateful. They're humble. They are, I think some of them sometimes have some hesitation in accessing the resources, and it's not because of shame or any sort of stigma. It's because their perception is they don't want to take it away from somebody else. And that's, I think that right there speaks volumes to the types of students that we have here. We have the best students in the world. Right?
Very true. What's it been like for you overseeing this program?
Again, I think it's a treat that this is the program. When I first applied for this job, this wasn't part of the portfolio. This was added to my portfolio after I arrived. And which is great. Again, right? Like I think this is an incredible program. It's a nationally recognized program. It's when I look at the portfolio of things that I oversee, every single thing I do is to advocate for our students in some way or another. And this is just one way that I get to advocate for students. It's a great resource.
Yeah. And then along the same lines, what's it like being like the new kid on the block and the boss? Everybody.
The great thing, right, is that this program is so well established that I've got a team of experts, and they're teaching me a lot, which is greatly appreciated. And because I'm new, I also think that I ask questions from a different lens and perspective. So I'm helping folks think of things from a different perspective, and maybe we're brainstorming more, we're approaching things differently. I haven't been here long enough yet to make any kind of sweeping changes, because I don't think that's the appropriate steps to take. I think you have to be here a year before you start making sweeping changes in an organization. That's the cautious way to move forward. But I think it's worked out well because I'm new. I'm asking a lot of questions, and the questions sometimes make people think differently about different things. And
Beautiful. And just finishing up, is there anything else you want to tell me that I didn't ask?
I don't know who all you're talking to, but I think that there's a wide range of folks that you could talk to across the campus, because this is such a collaborative process. There really are a lot of stakeholders that are involved and supportive of this program. And this is also a program that's really on the, I would say, on the agenda of our associated students, in terms of it being a program that they want to support and they want to see thrive and grow. And I think it's on the agenda of our president, because it's also come up as one of the areas that our development office is focusing on for fundraising efforts in the near future. We're creating like a full campaign just around this program. And and I think that's a really good idea, because this is the kind of program that like tugs on the heartstrings, and when you tug on those right heartstrings, people open their wallets.
Very true. Very true.
I did think of one other kind of roadblock and barrier we face is during university closures. So our biggest university closure is the winter break. And so those are times housing's not available, food's not available on campus, and we don't have access to issue emergency grants. So students who face any challenges during that time are really at a kind of a loss. We also don't have any of these services available during non-business hours. So like if somebody faces a situation like a housing crisis on a Friday night, they really have to wait till Monday to get served by us. Excuse me.
Is that true for summer?
Housing's available during the